So like through making the geography more interesting by presenting it different, like say through drama or artwork.
I think we should do more out of school projects like the uni course and people as consumers, because it gets you involved with different things as well, not just sitting in a classroom being bored.
And we think it'd be more fun for coursework if we went out and did some field work. Like if we went, because we did a project on my place, and we went round to Erdington and had a look round, and went to Aston.
Yeah.
And out to a small village outside Birmingham to see what the quality of life was there. And we think it's a lot more fun when we work with people outside the school, because it brings like sort of different aspects and stuff. It makes it more interesting. And that's all we thought of.
Okay, why would the videos...
No, with the pen.
Why would the videos be better than a textbook? What's wrong with your textbooks?
It's sort of boring.
Tell me why it's boring.
Because it's lots and lots of writing, and it just doesn't. It's not like attractive to read. Whereas if you're listening to someone on a video, it's more interesting and everyone gets engaged better.
Do you think you learn from textbooks?
Yeah, it sort of works, but I think everyone would listen more and concentrate more if it was a video.
Okay.
So.
And is that the same with the field trips, do you think?
Yeah, everyone concentrates more because it's a lot more fun than sitting in a classroom than to be out and about and seeing it for yourself.
So the way we've done this course, what's been the best bits of that for you?
Going to the university.
Going to the university?
Yeah, it's like interesting to do a presentation and different. I think it was good fun.
Okay. And what about the group discussions?
Yeah, they're good. It's a lot more interesting than just working on your own in your book, because you're just more...
You can just have a chat a bit more.
Yeah, you can share everyone else's opinions.
Is that important?
Yeah, to see what everyone else thinks.
Pupils prefer learning about things that matter and are happening at this very moment. For example, fair trade, other countries and people.
Issues like these will interest pupils, as it's likely that they will pass the information on to friends and family.
We know that geography is about the world, but our geography lessons make this seem boring.
The world is an amazing place, but our ways of learning does not make us think like that.
Before this project, we would have definitely discarded geography for our A-level subjects.
But since doing the more practical project, we would definitely consider doing A-level geography.
We noticed that before doing this piece of coursework, many uncooperative students were unwilling to do any work, and coursework was always handed in late.
But in this practical piece of coursework, they all got involved and they did not disrupt other people's learning.
For this piece of coursework, we feel we have more options for coursework ideas.
So overall, we think that we should do more work that is more practical.
Have you enjoyed this piece of coursework?
Yeah.
Has it made geography fun?
Yeah. It's a different insight to it because, as we said earlier, that we thought it was to do with maps and lakes, but when we see that people's lives are affected by what we do, it makes it more interesting for us because we want to know how we can help and things like that.
That's good. That's pretty brilliant, I think.
Have you got anything you'd like to say to academic geographers, like geographers who do research at universities?
These people.
Really, if we could learn more about other people, because what we do affects them, and through this course we've known that, but different views, like we've learnt about mobile phones and bananas, but maybe other things, it makes everybody interested and want to know, and I think that's really important for us, especially as it involves our lives.
So,
okay, because in this you've learned about the places and the people that live there.
Yeah, we have actually just learned about stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Because it involved people this time. I don't think we've done it before.
No.
It was just about like maps and stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that interesting. But
Why is it interesting learning about other people?
because it's almost like you're one of them, so you're involved.
Yeah.
So like it's like you could be any of them.
You could understand it better.
Yeah.
Because they're quite like you, I guess.
Yeah, they're similar to us because we're all human beings. They just have different lives to us.
Right.
More trips are needed, so we can actually experience what we're being taught, we can be connected and involved in it, not just sitting there hearing about it. Or even physical learning, for example Antarctica, the big freezers that are in school canteen, we could like go and stand in them, see how long we could last in them for a minute. I mean, that would tell you a bit like how cold minus 50 Celsius is, because we have no idea.
What bit of it have you enjoyed the most?
Being put into groups and have to discuss what you're going to do, and teamwork and working as a team, which is fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's easier to talk about it in a group because you can discuss if you think that the points are right or wrong, and then you can like think about it more in depth instead of just sitting there and having no choice if you're reading a book.
So it's nice being able to have a little bit of choice then?
Yeah.
In what you're learning and the ways you're learning it?
Yeah.
Is that different?
Yeah, we never do that normally, do we? It's just sit there, read a book, or get
Copy from the textbook.
Yeah, and I don't think we should. I said that, but I forgot to say it. I don't want to be like taught that. Just for a teacher to walk across the front of the room and tell me what I'm supposed to learn. I want to be able to ask the questions, and I want to be like told to do something, and then to have to present it back, or not just be taught that. I want to be listened to.
Okay, so these academic geographers at this conference, what can they do to make your school geography more interesting?
They can let us take part in the lessons, help us with what we're doing, maybe like go on more trips, meet new people, find out about how we're connected to people. No more textbooks, because that's just boring, and we don't learn anything from the textbooks. We just write it down and forget about it the next day.
Is it important being related to other people?
Yeah, because it like connects us all together.
When you learn those things, do they just stay in the classroom, or do you take them away with you and tell your family and act them out in real life? Or
yeah, we take them away because like it's interesting and we think about it and it just like sticks to us and helps us remember.
okay, and what about the topics that you haven't enjoyed and they need to kind of forget because it's boring?
Like learning about lakes and rivers and how big this river is, because it's got nothing to do with us. And if we used to learn about things that are around us, like maybe the river that's in like this like part of our country, then we would be like interested by it, but we don't need to learn about things that are across the other side of the world.
And facts as well, they're boring because like we only listen to them in class but we forget them the next day.
And how would you like these topics to be presented to you in the classroom? You said about not so many textbooks. What bit of this course have you enjoyed that hasn't been about textbooks? Because we haven't used any, have we?
Yeah, like going out to the university, that was great. Like we had so much fun and we learned loads of things at the same time, and like we could watch films, and when we sit in the classroom and we look at the teacher and she's telling us all these things, it just doesn't connect, and when we actually do it ourselves we understand about it. And
when we was doing the drama as well, it was fun.
Cool. Yeah. So if there was one thing you could say to these geographers about your school geography, one message you could leave them with that you feel is really important that they should know, maybe they don't, what would that be?
Maybe to like help us and understand geography more and let us think about it and give us a chance.
One thing you could tell these geographers, both of you, just one thing that you had to leave them with, maybe you want to tell them to do something for you, what would that be?
To try and connect to us more, not just give us work and expect us to do it, like explain to us themselves what we have to do and not just, yeah, connect to us more.